Orlando, we've talked about a lot of mixing and stuff like that, music and stuff, but maybe people are confused on what you actually do. So if you like,
sure.
you've worked with different artists like B.O.B., Khaled, Kali
Mhm.
Uchis, Miguel, and stuff like that, but like they don't know, or we don't know actually how exactly what you do, like what does a recording and mixing engineer do. So if you
Yeah.
can explain us briefly, what do you do actually as not only as a engineer but also as a
Mhm.
producer, as a writer, stuff like that.
Yeah, sure. So mostly, I am an engineer. Sometimes I might do a little bit of production, but mostly my job is engineering, um, recording and mixing,
Hmm.
specifically. So the recording is, to put it in visual terms, I'm gonna compare it to photography
Yeah, lay it easy on
or
us. We
or, or
don't know.
videos. So basically, recording can be seen as taking a picture, right? So you got to make sure that, for that specific song, just how a picture is done. You got to make sure that the lighting is correct, that you're using the right camera, the right lens, that you're capturing the correct emotion, right?
Okay.
That it has the right focus, that all these things, right?
But
That
how
you're
does it
taking a
work? Like
picture.
I understand, like the photographer takes a picture and then
Sure.
takes it to the editor and stuff like that.
Right.
Does it work the same? Like the artist makes everything, the producer, and they come back to you. You go into the process of making the song. How does that work?
Yeah, so normally, when we record, there are a few different scenarios, but mostly, it'll be, the song most of the times will be already written
Okay.
before coming into the studio. Some artists like to write the songs while in the studio. It just depends, right?
Yeah.
But when it's written before even going into the studio to record, normally that's something that the producer and the artist or the songwriter will do beforehand. Then they come into the studio and they already know, this is what I want to record. This is the feel I'm going for. Um, and basically, we normally ask, or if there's no information on how, uh, on the style of recording that they're looking for, or the kind of feel or vibe that they want, that's where I kind of suggest
Yeah.
what we can do, right? And so let's say they have the song, and it's a pop song.
Mhm.
I already know it's a pop song, so I have to record in a way that it will make it sound like a pop song, right? So normally, like, pretty in your face kind of vocals. Um, there's normally like a certain type of sound that we're looking for, and so that's what we do. Making sure the recording itself has the quality and the vibe that the song is looking for, right? Um, and making sure that also the entire recording, that it's sounding right, that it's sounding cohesive, right? That if I record a verse, or the first half of a verse, the second half sounds
Similar.
similar, or sounds like it belongs to the same song, right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes um, the artist was a little too close to the mic, and then he stepped back, like a few inches, and now it sounds different, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or he recorded with a different intention or emotion in a in a part of the song where it sounds weird. Although that might be a little bit more the job of a producer to uh
Control that
to
kind of
to
execution of the
control
song.
the performance
Mhm.
itself, right? But sometimes, if the artist doesn't have a producer, and doesn't have, I guess, a lot of experience with that, I might come in and tell them, like, hey
Mhm.
man, like, like, maybe
Change
you want
this,
to
do this.
maybe you want to redo this, because it doesn't the sound doesn't flow as good as it can.
Yeah, of course.
So that's, as far as the recording, that's what we do. Making sure the recording is well done, right? Again, making sure the picture is well taken,
Hmm.
that it has the right lighting, that it has the right lens, that it has the right everything,
In
right? It's
in
not
that sense,
distorting, etc.
like I understand, like you said before, it's a business at the end of the day.
Hmm.
So when someone comes up, I don't know if it has ever happened to you, but with a really not good song, with a really not good idea of what they want, have you ever rejected a project? Have you ever, not even here in Beacon Hills, but in general, like, hey, we want you to be part of this project? Have you ever rejected something like that? What are your criteria?
No, not necessarily. Like,
No?
honestly, I pretty much work with whoever wants to work with me right now. I don't know if that will change in the future, but right now that's what I do. Whoever wants my services for their song, I'm here for them. There might be projects where I feel like the artist is not ready to record, and in that case,
What would you do?
I do tell them, if we're already in the recording session, and I see, like, what, like, this artist is not prepared for the recording, I do suggest just rescheduling, and I give them some tips, like, hey man, like, it looks like maybe you don't know the song, like, it sounds like you just wrote it like 30 minutes ago, and
You were reading it.
and it just doesn't feel right, or that maybe it seems like they don't have the melody down or the rhythm, like, just stuff that doesn't sound too solid.
Things that you have developed over the years, well, like of listening, of course, because maybe
Sure.
sometimes, like me coming here and like, Fede, take care of the studio for a bit. I'm going to go eat something,
Yeah.
and I like start hearing him or her, and
Yeah.
it's like, well, she sounds good, but like for
Yeah.
you have the experience. Your people, they have the
Yeah.
experience.